it's time to say goodnight to the plants. So let's take a look at you. How are you doing? You're looking really well right now. I did turn you around so we have different parts of you facing the window. Oh, look at how beautiful that is under there, that burgundy. I know, I say that every time. So I do have to keep an eye and see what's going on if we have new growth. I think you might want me to. Well, you were a little underwatered, so we'll keep an eye on that, but I think you might want me to switch to distilled water. And I'm not really sure that we're going to do that, I'm afraid to say. Hello, my elegant sweethearts. Oh, you're going so well. All right, so you are clearly, well, you were planted out a few weeks before this one, but this one was really just one single cutting to start with, so that's coming along beautifully. Although I might trim this back. Yeah, we might do the trim and pop it into the top to get some more growth up there. Well, we'll see. Looking lovely anyway. Yeah, just beautiful. Just so elegant together like that. And then, how are we doing over here? I think the last time I looked at you, you did have some new growth in here, so let's see what it's doing. Oh, well, you've got like the tiniest piece of new growth. It was a little spike, and now it's opened up into a little leaf. So I quite like that. So I do think you like having been turned around to face the light more on this side, because this was getting a bit less growth than on the other sides. So the secret that I didn't know when I got you was that you're really 3 plants in one pot. But you have 3 plants that are forming one luscious bit of greenery. So good night. Then, okay, so the way that you've got a lot of bright green on you is very promising, I think. I think that's all those little fronds that were growing up earlier. It's fair to say that you're doing pretty well. I do need to cut some dead leaves off, but then we've got all this fresh greenery, so wow. Oh, look how bright that is. Okay, I think you really look like you're very happy and settled now. You, my sweet, you are ready for a different home. You're going to go to someone else, and they're going to try and figure out what you want. But I think they're pretty excited about your gorgeous foliage. So let's hope that that works out a bit better. Okay. And again, I feel like it was only a week. It's not, I know, but I feel like it was not that long ago that you were just a couple of cuttings, and now you're a full bushy plant. So you are also destined to go to someone else. And I've been told, so I was told, stop making more Tradescantias because we can't get rid of all of the Tradescantias we have. But you have a home to go to, and you will be lovely. Okay. So clearly you are doing better closer in under the lamp. And I got you these Triffid looking plant stands. They're actually candle holders, but we're going to do something with wood to put wood on top of them, just to make them a bit of a broader base. But right now it's perfect to hold you up here, and I'm really pleased to see how much you're filling in here. And we've got a little piece in here that I cut off, and just keeping moist and seeing if it will root itself in place. So, but regardless, very nice and full on top, and lots of lovely long dangly chains. Hey baby, hey baby. All right, well, you were my 2 little stumps with 1 leaf, And now you have 2 leaves. And look at this. Root system is coming in like, whoa. I see a root there. I see a root there. Don't see much over this side yet. I think you're tucked a little further into the pot there, but I trust you're developing this lovely new leaf, so I think you're pretty happy. Honestly, the very most expensive 2 tiny stubs of plant that I've ever bought, but it's because you've got that shimmery blue finish to your leaves, and I think that is quite lovely. So we'll see how you do. And then back here. Okay, so the spikes on you, you're just going wild, and you're just going to have so many blooms on you, and it's just a waiting game now. But we're keeping you well watered, and I think pretty happy. And I think it's pretty funny because every time I try and move you so you're not directly banging into the light, you just sort of zoom back around to try and get right underneath it. So I'm letting you have as much light as I can. Alright, look at your bud. Look at it, opening up and getting bigger at the same time. I forgot that that's what you did last time, but it is. And again, patience is not my virtue, but we're waiting for you to come out. You have pretty looking growth. It's like a huge piece of new growth there that you can't even tell from the old growth. So I think we've settled back in. You did have a terrible habit of throwing yourself out of the pot, but we got settled into a nice ceramic cache pot, and I think that is helping you to stay put where you are. So I'm not expecting too much growth from you over winter, but for now, if you can just sort of hang in there, that will be just exactly what we need. Because you do have a second piece of new growth here, but that sort of slowed down. So we'll just hold on and see what happens with that. Hey, glamorous little sweetheart. So shiny. How's your soil dampness? Oh, you're good, you're good. Wow, you're just busting out. I repotted you a couple of weeks ago and you're already so huge. Okay. And you, my other Tradescantia. Well, I have 3 of one kind of Tradescantia in this room and then one of you, but you've just like blown out to huge. So I'm waiting to see, because I think you're meant to sort of slump down a little more, nestle down a little more. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll just keep an eye out and we'll see what we see. Mostly I'm happy that transplanting you after you came home from the nursery has worked out pretty well. Ooh. Okay, so I've been thinking about you. I know that having your feet wet right now is really good, but I'm thinking about winter, and I'm thinking about what we want to do to keep your soil moist. I mean, essentially I can wait and see if you like still having your feet wet in winter, but I want to have some plans up my sleeve in case you don't. Because honestly, you're so precious to me because you're such a piece of home, and I want to see you flourish. And I did see you have a new front in there earlier today when I looked, so I think you are flourishing, but I just want it to stay that way. Okay. So you've got a new leaf coming up. That's exciting. But also, I've got my eye on this big leaf because I think you might have another piece of growth that's going to come off that too. So whatever we did, I know I was a little concerned previously, but whatever we did, I think has worked out for you nicely. And maybe, if you do get growth coming off this one, maybe leaf with a fenestration. Wouldn't that be incredible? Last but not least. So, Oncostelle, Hilo Firecracker, New Year. Almost all in bloom now. We're probably going to come and talk to you during the daytime when you're in bloom and get a good look. And also, wow, your other spikes are starting to have little buds happening at the top. So, whew. I don't think you're going to stay in spike on this one for long enough. But I think that these spikes and this one over here on the other oncidium might be in bloom at the same time. So if we catch that and if we get the Paphiopedilum in bloom at the same time, that's going to be something else. All right, good night. Good night. You're all doing so well, and I'm so happy with you.